x squared, so that delta x equals the square root of 0.077a squared minus 0, from which we derive the square root of 0.077a squared. And also, the uncertainty in p is equal to the square root of bracket p squared minus bracket p squared, which also equals the square root of h over a squared, which lets us delta x, delta p equals the square root of 0.077a squared h over a squared and 1.74 h bar, okay? The uncertainty principle. It proves we can't ever really know what's going on. But even though you can't figure anything out, you will be responsible for it on the midterm. Did you follow that?
Of course. Except that I know what's going on.
And I want you to stay with me because it's a bit strange here. Now, the prosecution at this point, and we kind of raced on air to do this, we haven't seen anything to suggest the prosecution has confirmed this. However, what are we talking about? There is an unidentified woman, reportedly 43, 44 years old, that according to News Nation, she's only referred to as MM in court documents.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing right now. We're having steak. It all defrosted, so now I have to get rid of it. You should come on out. Yeah, that was stupid of me. I froze 4 pounds of steak. Now I'm standing here looking at half a cow. I'm not joking. Come on out, please, just for the weekend. Well, tell him not to be so difficult. Hold on a second. What is it, honey?
We need a sharp knife.
Okay. I'd like to see it again.
Okay.
Tell your father.
Okay.
So with that being said, what none of your neighbors fit the bill. What type of person do you think this might have been?
What it was? I am looking into the. I don't know if it's true, but someone I was looking into a report that said it was like almost a blunt, heavy object, and a really strong person did it. I'm kind of imagining like maybe like a hunter dude, like.
Come on, I've got enough steak for the whole week. What is it? Oh, hold on. Okay. All right. Well, listen. Just call me and let me know. All right? Okay. All right, Nancy. Bye. What now, honey?
There's someone here.
Where?
At the door.
Hello?
Hello. Sorry to disturb you. I'm staying next door. I saw you earlier at the gate.
Oh, yeah, of course. Please, come in. So, how can I help you? Tell your dad we're eating in 10 minutes.
Well, Eve's... I mean, Mrs. Thompson sent me. She's cooking and she ran out of eggs and asked if you could help her out.
Of course. How many does she need?
4.
4? What for?
Excuse me?
What for? What does she need the eggs for? I mean, what's she cooking?
Oh, I have no idea.
So, are they okay just like this, or do you need the carton?
Whatever you want.
How did you get in here?
Down there. I mean, down by the water.
But you're not wet.
There's a hole in the fence. By the water, not in the water. Fred showed... I mean, Mr. Thompson knows about it. He showed it to me.
Oh, I see. So, you're sure they're okay like this?
Yeah, it's okay. No problem. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, please say hello to Eve. Tell her we're looking forward to the game tomorrow.
I'll tell her. Thanks again.
And thanks to Fred and your friends for helping us. What happened? It's not a disaster. We have to go grocery shopping on Monday anyway.
I'm really sorry.
It's not so bad. None of us eat eggs for breakfast anyway. So, the disaster's under control.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry. I should have paid more attention. I tried
Well,
to...
you shouldn't cry over spilt milk, right?
You're really nice.
You do what you can.
I really am sorry. I'm very clumsy, you know? I think I have 2 left hands.
Then you're the man for carrying eggs.
Yes, you could say that.
So, what are we gonna do now? Well, we have a lot of steak, but we might be expecting guests. And they definitely eat eggs for breakfast.
You'll still have 4 left. It's a box for the dozen, isn't it? Or am I mistaken?
No, you're not mistaken. So, would you like the carton this time?
It's not necessary.
You sure?
If you insist.
If I insist.
Well, it might be better, I guess. Oh, God.
What? Oh, no!
I'm sorry.
Look, before you destroy the rest of the kitchen, maybe you should just take the eggs and leave. All right?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Lucky, get down. Come on, stop that. Get out of here. Come on, get lost. I'm sorry, he's completely harmless. He just wants to play.
It's a strange way to play.
Did he hurt you?
Peter's afraid of dogs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too, he jumped on me.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Should I lock him up so you can leave?
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Really, I can call my husband.
It's not going to be necessary, really. It's my fault. I completely forgot about the dog. I should have come myself and... Wow. That's a really great set of clubs. It's Callaway, right? Awesome. These are wonderful. May I? I guess we don't stand a chance tomorrow, do we? Where's Tom?
Who?
Did you give him the eggs?
Excuse me?
Driver's really first class. You have to try it.
Listen, young man. I don't know what kind of game you're playing, but I don't want to be a part of it. Would you please leave now?
What game? I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't understand why you're suddenly being so unfriendly. Did Tom or I do anything to upset you?
Please leave.
Did you misbehave while I was outside? Was he rude? Did he say something that...
Stop it! I've asked you nicely to leave. Now, I'd like you to go.
Well, I don't understand what's upset you, but if you insist, just give Tom the eggs and we won't bother you anymore.
Excuse me?
I have to tell even Fred, of course. Quite honestly, nothing like this has happened to me before. What about you? Can you just give us the eggs, please?
No. How dare you? Please just go, right now.
Did I do something wrong?
I asked you to leave. I want you to go.
You seen the dog?
Honey.
Did you?
Will you throw them out?
What's going on here? Good that you're here, Mr. Farber. That's your name, isn't it? Farber? Yeah, Fred, Mr. Thompson told us.
Oh, what's going on here? I want them to
Your
leave.
wife is under the wrong
Please.
impression. I'm happy that you're here because I'm certain that you can help us figure out this misunderstanding.
George, please.
Dad,
Will you...
I can't.
Just go, please.
Hey, man.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. Honey,
No,
do you
he's
mind?
fine. He's fine.
May I please explain what happened?
Please do.
Mrs. Thompson sent me over to ask for some eggs. And then your wife gave Peter the eggs, but unfortunately they broke. And then she gave me another 4 eggs, but the dog jumped on me, and now... You had a dozen. You're going shopping on Monday anyway. We just want the eggs, that's all.
Man, can you tell me what's going on here? Honey, can you just tell me what's going on?
Just give them to him.
Can I have them now?
No, hold on a moment.
Oh, sorry.
And if it's just about some eggs, why are you so angry?
Look, I'm not going to justify myself in front... I asked you to throw them out. Maybe I have my reasons. Do what you want. I've had enough.
Anne. I'm sorry. My wife's not feeling well, so...
Yeah.
Could you please leave? I can hardly play the mediator if I don't know the facts now, can I? So, could you just leave, please?
Please,
What?
just give them to him.
What the hell is going on
What's
here?
going on, sir? He asked for the eggs, the dog attacked him, they broke. Now he would like some more. What is so difficult to understand?
You better watch your tone, young man.
You better be careful, old man, or I'll break your eggs.
Lucky!
Lucky, be quiet. What's the matter with him?
Don't know. Probably too hot for him, too.
I'll take a look.
It's wonderful. It really makes a difference, like night and day. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
You have to let him help you. You don't really have a choice. You're the ship's captain, sir. You're aware that on board, the captain's word is law, aren't you? So what do you want to do? You want to call someone? An ambulance? Or the police? I won't stop you. Neither will Tom. Right, Tom? Now I'll get something to eat. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, Ellie qualified back deeper in the field. Its part was not good. Talking to Blake yesterday, he said, I'm just not happy, but man, he's come alive here. Right now, he is drafting with 61 of still flawless.
Does anyone want anything?
I want to talk only about a couple of other things. The credibility of the witness that they talked to, the one that they cited information from, that was relied on. That appears in these affidavits, and it's relied on after Mr. Kohberger's identified to say, well, he has bushy eyebrows, so this person has to be right. It's relied on when the police officers put into the affidavit, the footprint that I didn't talk about on my first one. We gave the court the photographs of it. I'm happy to give the court these. That's a misleading statement to the court or to the magistrate that was asked for probable cause. This footprint is at the very edge of the door. It's a single footprint and it's not repeated throughout the house. So to act like that bolsters this witness is really important, especially in context of the misstatements of the witness. I want to go through these. I won't read them in their entirety to the court, but Your Honor asked the prosecutor what they...
So you get the rent checks every month, and what happens next? What?
You're asking me what I do with the checks that people write to me?
Just making conversation.
Were. And I counted up, and at the very first interview, remember the issue was whether or not one of the victims ran downstairs, and she didn't say it once. She said it 4 times in a row in the very first interview, and that just didn't happen. It just couldn't have happened. And that was not told. In fact, that statement was brushed over and withheld from the magistrate. About the memory issues in the second interview the same day, there are 2 references to not remembering. A couple of days later, there's the third interview, and there's references to not remembering, being drunk, a statement, I don't know any of it. Like half this stuff, I don't know if it's a dream or if it's real. That's at page 399. At page 406, I don't know if this was real or in my mind was just like playing with me. But from what I think I heard, someone was crying in the bathroom. These are definite statements that were not given to the magistrate and in fact were brushed over. And credibility is really, really important when that person is relied on in the investigation.
That is all the questions that I have for you. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
We have just a moment, Your Honor.
The state doesn't have any clarifications for this witness.
All right, thank you, Detective. You can step down. Actually, can I, if you don't mind, I actually have a question.
Of course.
You testified that you didn't send the affidavits in support of search warrants with the warrants themselves to Google, Apple, etc. And the persons that processed the evidence received, would they have knowledge of and access to the affidavit?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Questions and follow-up to that?
I do. How would people that are getting an email through a portal, Apple, Google, AT&T, how would they have access to the affidavit?
The question was the people that received the evidence, not the people who sent it. So in other words, the police and team that reviewed the evidence, did they have access to it? Not, that wasn't my question.
Okay, I didn't hear you. You do
Just
have
to clarify.
You do have a soft voice, and I am losing my hearing. But so then based on that, how would those folks get access to the affidavit in support of the search warrant when they're reviewing materials?
Just so I'm understanding you, those folks, meaning the people who work for these companies, is that who you're referring to?
No, I think that's not what the judge was
Correct.
asking.
I understand.
He was asking that once that evidence is returned and you log it, his question was, do they have access to the affidavit in support of search warrant?
Right.
And your answer to him was yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
How?
There were paper copies of it. It was no secret. It was shared freely amongst the investigative team.
Okay, but not each person reviewing, various people are reviewing these, the electronic data for the some 67 devices and third-party warrant returns, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And in terms of my question earlier, which was who I was asking about Apple, who's reviewing that data? Your answer was, I don't know, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you don't know who's reviewing something, how would you know that they have access to a search warrant and affidavit?
Well, that's the beauty of having a collaborative team effort. If you share the information freely, it's not independent upon myself to provide that to them. Everybody has that information to reference.
So is in the database that you're creating with this collective, I'll stop this, break this down. My understanding is that the collective document is Exhibit A, correct?
Correct.
And then when you attach Exhibit A to a warrant with Exhibit A to a affidavit in support of a search warrant, you also add additional language depending on who that warrant is for, right?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
So there are
over 100 different search warrant affidavits in this case. And it's your testimony that everybody who would have access to doing review of data has access to go in and look at what exact search warrant affidavit was executed?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Follow up from the state on that. All right, thank you, Detective.
Judge, I think I need
We're both thinking the same thing, aren't we?
You just expect to outlive your kids. Honestly, I don't know.
Where's the remote control? Where's the fucking remote control? Okay, that was the test run. Now we're gonna go for the Olympic gold. Do you think it's enough? I mean, you want a real ending, right? With plausible plot development, don't you?